Here now, exclusively on Fox News Primetime, Kila Posey and her attorney, Sharese Shields. Kila, I got to ask you this. Your child comes home, you found out this is happening, and you go into the school. What happens next?
It was actually at the end of the school year. She contacted me for the placement for the upcoming school year to just check to see what we wanted, and I informed her of the teacher that was the best fit for my student, and that's when she informed me that if I placed her in that classroom that she would be by herself with no others that looked like her. And when I questioned it, she told me that that was not the black class. I was then confused, appalled that in 2020 we're talking about black classes and segregation.
Wow. And when you followed up with the school district, did they say this was going to be done away with, or did they continue to try to place her in that classroom?
They did not place her in that classroom, but they did tell us it was months later by the time they had investigated and gone through the process and confirmed that the principal had, in fact, had this practice going on. So after that, they told us that they were, that was not a practice of the district, a policy of the district, and they condoned it, and that she would not be allowed to do that anymore.
Kila, is your daughter still at that school?
She is.
And is that teacher still there as well?
The principal is still there.
The principal,
She's the person that, she is still there.
Sharese, I want to go to you because you are filing a suit, a complaint with the state. Where does that stand right now, and what do you hope to accomplish?
Well, we filed a complaint with the Office of Civil Rights of the U.S. Department of Education, so it's the federal government. And we're seeking to have the practice ended, not just at Mary Lynn, but to the extent that other schools are doing that and within the Atlanta public school system. We want those practices ended. It's a violation of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, Section 6, to treat one race of students differently than another group of students, race of students. And so we are asking for the practice to cease. We are also asking for the leadership team at that school to be removed because they were well aware that this was a practice. They condoned it. It seemed to support the principal in her decision to designate these black classes, and so they need to be removed, and that's what we're asking for.
Sharese, a quick follow-up for you. When you say you filed this with the Civil Rights Division, is that the Department of Justice, or is that the Civil Rights Division of the Department of Education?
U.S. Department of Education.
The U.S. Department of Education. And so when they said that they took action, what did they reveal to you, the school district?
Well, the school district has not revealed that they've taken any action. They are aware of Ms. Posey's complaint and have said that that's not a sanctioned practice, but they have not told us what action they are taking to ensure that this doesn't happen in the future. Currently the complaint is pending in the U.S. Department of Education, so no action has been taken, or the department has not required them to take any action at this point.
Sharese, they said that this wasn't her intention. As an attorney, you're going to have to make this case. So what do you think her intentions were?
Well, what's troubling about what she did is that she made a unilateral decision. There's a reason that we have the Title VI of the Civil Rights Act, because we cannot have government entities making these sort of race-based designations. She should know that. In a leadership role as an administrator, basically the CEO of a public school, she should be well aware that that is not a practice that is authorized by law. And as far as her intentions, however well-intentioned she may have been, in 2021, you cannot designate classes as a place where you put black students, a black class, as she referred to it. And interestingly enough, I mean, Atlanta Public Schools was one of the first school districts where a lawsuit was filed back in 1958 to desegregate. And it was one of the first to be released from supervision of the federal courts when they reached what was deemed a reasonable time period of desegregation. And so to fast forward now to 2021, some 50 years later, it'd be interesting to see if the Office of Civil Rights deems this practice of designating black classes as being compliant with the desegregation order.
I gotta tell you, Sharese, it just seems like we're going back in time, and I hope this gets serious attention from the department. We'll be following it. Thank you, Kila and Sharese.